Hello and welcome to this coachvox.ai how-to video. My name's Ben, and in this one we're going to be looking at knowledge upload. That's how we turn your content into AI training data. Let's get started. So here we are in the knowledge upload training room. And what do we mean by knowledge upload? Well, essentially this is where we turn your content into all important AI training data. So when someone's interacting with your AI, it uses your knowledge in response. So very quickly, how does this work? What do we mean when we talk about AI training data? Well, your training data, which we'll see in training room 5, is basically a series or database of prompt and completion pairs. You can also think of these as kind of question and answer pairs or query response pairs. And essentially, when anyone interacts with your AI, we look through this database and we decide if there's any relevant content that we should use to inform your response. So what happens in training room 4 is essentially we take the content you provide us and we create these prompt and completion pairs that then appear in training room 5 training data. So to get started with file upload, simply drag a document or click here to select a file, and our system will process that file. What will happen first is you'll get this kind of graphic here. It says in progress, and this number will start at 0, but it will increase as we add prompt and completion data. Now, when it's finished, you'll get the complete status. You'll then see the number of prompts and completions here. Of course, in general, a longer document is likely to have more prompts and completions, but there are lots of variables there. Sometimes the same document in a PDF form might produce fewer prompts and completions than it would as a Word document. This is neither better nor worse, but we don't actually recommend that you upload the same document twice because you'll get duplicate prompt and completion data. And if you think about how we're using that database, that might actually confuse the AI when we're retrieving that data. So when you've uploaded files, you will see this view option. Now, if you click view, you will be taken to training room 5, but only the prompts and completions from that document will be showing. So this is really useful to review the prompts and completions from any specific document. Another feature that we have here is you can delete a file. And here, if we choose to delete this file, not only will this be removed from training room 4, but all the associated prompts and completions will also be deleted. So this is really useful if a file that you've uploaded hasn't produced great data and you would like to get rid of that all in one go. So a few technical things here. When you upload your document, you're going to be asked to select what type of document it is. That's pretty straightforward. But you are also going to give your AI a source name, and we recommend being quite descriptive for that source. So if you do need to go back and check a certain chapter's worth of prompt and completions from a book, you know which document it was that you uploaded that refers to that. In the same way that I've given some here, I've used the coachvox.ai website. This is the homepage, and then this is another document from the website, but I've labeled it how to use so I know which page that's come from. Of course, this is my LinkedIn profile as a Word document. AI Knowledge Economy is an article that I wrote. So I've got a way of knowing where the prompts and completions came from. What you want to avoid is just Article 1, Article 2, Article 3, because you really won't know anything about the prompt and completion data that has been produced. So let me just talk a little bit about best practices in terms of uploading documents. We want the best prompt and completion pairs to be produced from any given document. Not every prompt and completion pair is going to be perfect, because when we're processing lots of words, the AI's understanding of that document isn't always perfect, and sometimes we'll get data that isn't great, but it also won't harm your AI. But we are looking for high quality prompts and completions if possible. Now, the kinds of documents that produce the best quality training data are ones that are simply written, are very clear, and they contain valuable information that is ideally unique to you, or at least you have a strong opinion on. So it's different from just any other AI model that someone might interact with. The kinds of documents we're looking for then are concisely written blog articles or FAQs documents, anything where information is laid out succinctly. The kind of content we don't want maybe unscripted podcast or YouTube video transcripts where as someone's talking in a video, they double back on themselves. They use different ways of communicating other than just words and language. And therefore, when we actually have that in a Word document, it's very difficult for the AI to really understand what the information is that it's trying to create this training data from. So ultimately, stick to content that is simply understood. We also don't recommend uploading a huge file at any one time. You could upload an entire book and produce 1,000 prompts and completions, but when you go and hit view on that document, you're gonna end up with a lot of prompts and completions to have to edit all at once. And if you don't think the content is as good as it could be and you want to do some formatting of that book beforehand, you're going to have to go and delete all that data and start again. So we very much recommend uploading chapters of books or smaller documents at any one time, so you can go and review that prompt and completion data before you then go back and upload more and more of the same type of content. That's pretty much it for this training room. All you have to do is make sure your files are formatted correctly, make sure the content is super clear, and we are going to turn that content into valuable prompt and completion data.